Deepwoken is a buggy game. I'm sure we all know that. In fact, the next major Deep update, Operation Deep Healing, is basically just a massive game health and bug fix update because of how many bugs this game actually has. The name's ironic because, you know, it's based on Operation Health from Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, one of the worst and buggiest updates in the game's history upon launch, so we'll see how this goes. Anyway, in today's video I just want to go over a list of Deepwoken's bugs, so maybe the devs could see this and understand what current smaller or even major issues there are within the game. And you guys could also count the amount of bugs just for fun, right? Anyway, I'm live at twitch.tv/Reaconteur playing Five Nights at Freddy's, so come watch me over there. And the bedroom and setup rankings are going to be on Wednesday, so 2 days from this video going up at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after I upload that video. So go watch that on Wednesday, set your alarms, do all that. We're gonna be doing a big stream then. Now let's get straight into it. First of all, so apparently the Parasol Interluminary Interloper event hasn't happened in like a month. So according to my reports, the Parasol boss fight hasn't spawned in about 27 days to 28 days at this point, which you guys will be seeing this video. So yeah, it hasn't spawned in like a month. I'm not sure how true this is because like why would anyone even care about fighting Parasol other than like the few like exclusive drops that barely anyone uses that are for very hyper specific builds. Look, the point is his spawns are probably broken because I've seen multiple people complain about him just never spawning. But there is a plus side to this. Parasol doesn't spawn. That fight sucks. Alright, then we've got the fact that killing Hive mechs in the Authority versus Hive job will actually give you rep for both factions. So you kill the Hive mech, and the Hive gets happy for it for some reason, right? They're like, oh man, you just killed our robot that we just spent $1 billion on funding for? Thanks, man. Yeah, so that just kind of happens. They give you rep for some reason. Then some teleports, which apparently this is a ROBLOX issue, which I'll talk about in a second, but some teleports, specifically the Ceramide Hollow seems to have the most issues, but they might just teleport you into a void or just like not in the right place. So you need to rejoin servers to actually play the game. So like layer 2 might spawn you under the ground or in a void, and there's just a lot of weird coordinate teleportation bugs. And like some people have even spawned over voids and just instantly wiped after that. Or some people even would spawn in the first layer of the depths, they would spawn in the void, like with full health, and then it would immediately put them into a layer 2 server, and then they spawn in the void in layer 2, right? So testers have written this off as a ROBLOX issue and not a Deepwoken issue, along with other things like not being able to use your keybinds and stuff like that as soon as you spawn in, not being able to move, which I guess it could be, and it probably is. But the problem with them writing it off as a ROBLOX issue is the fact that they're not trying to fix it, because yeah, it might be a ROBLOX issue, which we don't even know for sure because of how Deepwoken's code is kind of spaghetti, and even if it wasn't, yeah, it could be a ROBLOX issue, but it could also just be someone just messed with like some movement stuff. Regardless, the devs can definitely deal with it independently. Like yeah, it is a ROBLOX issue, supposedly, according to the testing team, but it can still be dealt with by the devs, so they should maybe just implement some double teleportation checks. Now, the physics or whatever behind Bloodren's blood pools increasing in size haven't worked in over a year. Basically, Bloodren's blood pools used to be additive, so if you made a blood pool in a blood pool, it would just make a double wide blood pool, kind of like, you know, what would happen if you took a cup of water, poured it on the floor, it makes a puddle, you take another cup of water, pour it on the floor, now you got 2 puddles? No, you got 1 big puddle. But right now, it's 2 puddles in Deepwoken, right? So right now, the blood pools kind of just stay separate, so if you put 3 blood pools on top of each other, it might as well just be 1 blood pool because only 1 activates at a time, so people are only affected by 1 because the effect doesn't stack 3 times, and also it stays the same size. Along with that, there's a bug where you can't heal using Graceful Flames in dungeons, except for with the Vibrant Gems that passively heal people, so you can't interact with them. Like, people have been unable to interact with Graceful Flames in the Diluvian mechanism, Ferryman's Island, and even sometimes the Duke's Manor, but it seems inconsistent there, so who knows how that works. In the Vow of Iron, the Flame Worshipper can become effectively immortal because if you have Immolation and Elemental Resistance, along with stacking the fire resistance you get from Phoenix Flames after you die, you will get back up, right? And then on top of this, if you have the Black Alloy Pauldrons equipped, which reduce all incoming damage by 3, the resulting effect will make fire do -3 damage to you, which in turn heals you for 3 health every tick of what should be damage. And the funny thing is, apparently this also works with Iron Vessel's reveal move, except even faster, and it should work with basically every self-damage talent in Vow of Iron, because it sets you to negative damage per tick of damage, which is just healing. And it also bypasses all of the dead gods, because negative damage isn't counted as healing in Deepwoken's little spaghetti mess of code. So negative damage is just damage in reverse, not healing, which I think is really funny because that means that for the scripting for all the dead gods, they made a separate variable for anything that healed, instead of just making it so health values couldn't increase. which is not only, like, easier, but also makes more sense. Then there's a few clipping issues, like first of all, the new Valve Iron movement, which was added to Pathfinder Deepwoken, can apparently be used to clip through some walls, specifically in the depths, because of the weird high jumps and all that. But also, certain crits will cause clipping into floors, and I don't even know what the fuck is going on here, but I got 2 clips of it, but apparently some knocked NPCs may fly when knocked. I'm not sure how or why, because they literally just get knocked and just start flying, but that slid in the game's code for some reason. Rising Flame against a player who has blocked an M1 right before it, or someone who blocks the Rising Flame itself, with, like, successfully not getting guard broken, will result in your Meteor Impact getting disabled, but you can still do it, so if you press M1, it just won't hit and you'll get punished for it, but the animation will play. Weird bug. Along with that, spawning with fist styles will stick you with the default fist style for some reason. This, like, how does this even happen? Like, genuinely, you guys couldn't, like, equip the right thing in the menu when you're, like, coding it? Like really, are we serious? Because you try and pick just Kurita, and then you spawn in with the default fist style, you gotta do the whole thing to get just Kurita again. Now, really old. Like, this has been a multi-year problem, but it's also kind of funny. If you talk to the shrine in the Trial of One, it debinds all your keys. Yep, you just can't move. You can't do anything, you just get stuck there. How do you manage this, devs? What did you make it the Shrine of Unbinding? The Shrine of Unbinding all the fucking keys on your keyboard so you can't move or do anything except leave? Like, how does this even happen? I genuinely don't understand. Anyway, the Idol of Yun Shul, which is able to teleport you out of the depths, which is, you know, supposed to take you back to the overworld for free, the teleport can apparently fail. And the funny thing is, right, the teleport fails, it uses your Idol of Yun Shul anyway. And if the teleport fails and it can't find you in an overworld server for some reason, dying in the depths will then respawn you in the depths instead of the Fragments of Self, allowing you to just live down there. So you could become, like, immortal and just live in the depths forever. Like, you could actually have infinite depths ganking if you just do this glitch, which, I mean, it's an RNG dependent glitch because it's reliant on the teleport failing, but if it does fail, then you got infinite depths lives. Along with that, Jet Kick, you know, the best mantra in the game, can briefly teleport you outside of the map, which has killed people and flung people and just killed them in Chem and stuff like that. But also, if it brings you back, which it usually will, you'll just be stunned, unable to move, which is really funny. Deserved for using this mantra and the builds that go along with it, but it is really stupid. Somehow the Nautilodont Officiate, which is the Enforcer Squibbo, has the wrong attack indicators, so his attack, which is supposed to be unparryable with the red aura around it, is actually parryable, but it's not dodgeable. Sometimes. I don't know why it's sometimes, but I've seen a clip where someone couldn't dodge it, but they could parry it, but then I've seen clips where people dodge and parry it. The quest for the Titus fight is actually broken in 2 spots and just doesn't work. First of all, you can't get the note needed to fight him sometimes, and sometimes you also can't talk to him if you do have the note. So there's 2 breaks in this quest. Sick. Now, ignoring the Ironclad in this clip, because the Eastern Luminant map can just break sometimes, I guess the Ironclad in this clip is a funny little bonus, but it's really just about the, you know, Eastern Luminant map not working, because that's what the clip is showing, but it's also just showing weird physics bug with the Ironclad as well, which, you know, I love those things. Now then, there's also a bug where if you roll 2 talents over taken mantras too many times, so if you do the roll 2 instead of taking mantras, you do this too many times, the game will actually think you got too many talents due to a glitch and just take them from you due to the talent overflow check the devs put in place to prevent glitches, which the way that works is just like, hey, are you this power? Well, then if you're this power, you can't have this many talents, so we're just gonna take the last ones that you got, right? Now, this was done in place to prevent glitches, which would result in infinite talents. Funnily enough, it causes a glitch, because if you get too many talents, it will just take your talents, and if this happens to you, you will not be getting those talents back without some sort of restore or mod intervention. This one's not very important in the slightest, but a lot of weapon pullout sounds have just been not playing even without the low stride talent, and I can't find it now because I should have saved it back then, but I saw a clip, it could have just been like an audio issue on the user's part, where someone like unsheathed a sword and the audio is corrupted and it was just super loud. Then there's the broken depths elevator. Good job, dev team. Sometimes also if you bank items, the bank menu will get stuck on processing forever, and it forces you to just stay there because leaving during that process could void your items or possibly dupe them, but that's not confirmed. Also, even if you're like stuck on the processing for like 10 minutes and then you finally get out of it, it'll stop you from leaving the server via the menu, which like permanently, like you just can't leave that server anymore, meaning you need to force quit Roblox even after the bank finishes processing your items. Great. Another super old bug, but sometimes enemies with moves that hide them might make them stay invisible. From Threshers who dig, to Alpha Sharkos who turn invisible before teleporting, all the way up to the Ferryman, who might just get stuck as a little purple ball of lightning, apparently. I haven't seen proof of this one, but someone told me that their Ferryman turned into a purple ball of lightning, and he tried to show me a picture on, like, his phone that he took of his laptop screen, but it was kind of ineligible. Regardless, that might be an issue. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's really just all the bugs I wanted to cover, because I thought they were kind of entertaining and they were funny. A lot of them that were, you know, in the bug reports channel were just kind of being written off as Roblox issues, like because of teleports or binds not working or the screen glitches. And I get that it may be a Roblox issue initially, but like the devs can still fix those on an independent scale. And it's really easy to just coordinate check before and after teleports and stuff. Like, it's so easy to just make teleports work through the Roblox issue. Regardless, hope you all enjoyed. Shout out to you to members of Tier 2 or higher: Green, Brick, High Card, Philip, Fun Guns, Elstern, Delusional Mo, Broccoli, Carlia the Witch, Akio Sugikuni, Burger, and Drizzy Drake Fan. I love you all. The bedroom tour and ranking setup rankings are going to be this Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time after I upload the video, like directly after. You guys know, a lot of people don't understand that I have a complete set schedule for this channel, so it pisses me off when people ask me, when are you uploading? When are you streaming? Bro. I upload Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's that simple. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. Set your alarms for Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and goodbye.